Okay guys, so the question of the day is going to be, did I grow potatoes? Like, are there potatoes down in there underneath the ground? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and we're gonna dig up these potatoes and see, because we have some of our potatoes. Now, I planted the potatoes kind of like in like a little bit of like a stretch or like a cycle, and I realized that here in zone 9B in the Arizona desert that I can grow potatoes over the winter and like somewhat during the summer, and yeah, like kind of like an extended period of time. Only when it's like super hot can I not grow potatoes. So I'm gonna dig them up and see what I got. Now, the last time I did this, I've been getting a little bit more potatoes like each time. Like, it's been like progressively more and more potatoes. So we're gonna see. So guys, this time I planted them in my Vego garden bed. Now, Vego did sponsor my garden bed for this, so thank you, Vego Garden Beds. Make sure you guys go check them out. And it gave me a lot more room. I also planted some in a pot too, so I'm trying to get as many potatoes as I can. So I'm gonna dig up those, and I'm gonna dig up these in the middle. Now, these ones on the sides are not ready yet. So first, I would like to say a big thank you and big shout out to Vego Garden Beds. I have been loving these beds, guys. They're very simple to use and very simple to put together. If you guys haven't seen my videos on how I put those together, I will link it down below. I have 2 Vego Garden Beds in my garden, and also, even though they're metal and we get to be like 120 degrees, they don't get like super hot or like cook my roots or anything like that. So you guys should check them out. I do have an affiliate link for them, so if you guys, where you guys can get like a discount. So if you guys want to check them out, the link's down below. So let's go dig them up and see what happens. So it is Shabbat today, and I need to make challah, so I want to make sure there's no dirt underneath my nails. So I'm going to be wearing some gloves. I'm one of those people that I constantly lose one glove. Like, this goes for like cleaning gloves and also garden gloves. So I always have like 2 that don't match, which is why these don't match. So yeah, let's just go see if we got anything. Okay guys, so first we're gonna look at this middle area. So there is one vine right here that is dead, and then there's one right here that is like on its way out. So this middle area is where I planted some potatoes. There's also been some vines that have just died. So we're gonna dig up this middle area. We're gonna leave the side area alone. So let's see, let's just start getting in here and digging. I think I see something. Up, there we go. Here's the start, guys. A little potato. So guys, in the process of digging up the middle, I accidentally digged up the side too, but you know, we have some potatoes over here too. So I'm gonna go ahead, just dig all of them up, and then I'm going to redo this whole bed and put all the new potatoes that I got right back in here. Now, these ones are tiny, like this is one of the bigger ones, but these potatoes are tiny just because I had really small, I think these were fingerling potatoes that I planted. Next up, I'm gonna be having Yukon Gold in here. Look at this side, guys. So this was only like a half a potato that I had planted, and look at these potatoes down here. We have this poor little worm right here that's like, stop digging in my home, what are you doing? But we're gonna dig up, try to be really gentle, and get all the little potatoes in here. Now, I feel like if I had left this one in here longer, these ones I would have gotten pretty big potatoes, because this wasn't a, I think this one was a Yukon Gold. I had a mixture of just what I had left over in this bed, and then the big ones I tried to cut up. Oh, poor little wormy, I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I grew potatoes. I grew a decent amount of potatoes in here. For this to have been planted in the middle of the summer, it was super hot Also a brand new bed, my first time doing the Vego culture method, and I must say this soil in here, guys, is so lively. It's so soft, it's so easy to dig in. I did get some more compost that I'm gonna add to this because I am gonna redo this bed. Well, not like redo it, but like amend it and plant more potatoes in it with you guys. But not a bad harvest for an experiment in the middle of the summer when it was like 118 and hadn't rained in like 3 months. So I'm pretty excited about this. All right, let's go check the pot. Okay, the next area we are going to dig in is this pot right here. Now, I don't remember when I planted these. I don't know. I think they were before the other ones. I have no clue what kind they are. They might have been afterwards. I don't know. But I am going to put one of my berries or grapes, one of those, in this pot. And we're just going to leave that area dedicated to potatoes. And maybe this black one right here will have potatoes in it too. But let's go ahead and dig it up. Okay guys, so if you have been watching me for a while, you know that potatoes were something that I was kind of afraid of doing. One, because they are my husband's favorite, and I didn't want to mess up something that was his favorite. Like, I didn't want to be like, oh, I didn't grow that and that turned out wrong, after promising him and getting him all excited. He has been really excited and supportive of my gardening, and especially all of the fresh foods and stuff like that that we have gotten have been a really big thing. So the idea of promising him potatoes and them not growing, I was really nervous about. Don't know why, but I just was. I think it's like the perfectionist in me. Now, I want to encourage you guys to do something that kind of, you know, scares you. Do something that you don't know if it's going to be a good idea or a bad idea or whatever have you, because it's always going to be a learning experience. Like, you might grow something, you may not. These potatoes are really far down in here. These ones I did work on doing the adding more dirt to them, so everything is really deep down in here, but I think I filled one. So yeah, I mean, look at this, guys. There's a potato in here. Who would have thought I could grow potatoes? But you can. All you have to do is try it. So if you're feeling afraid about something, or if you're feeling like you might not be able to do something, just give it a go. Don't tell anybody. That way then you have nobody to disappoint. But try it, and I'm pretty sure that it'll work out. Okay guys, so I buried these stems as they grew, and that means these potatoes are really far down in here. So what I'm doing is I'm digging out some of the dirt and putting it in here and finding potatoes along the way, like this one. Okay guys, so now that I found the main potato, I totally remember what the experiment was with this pot. What I did was I took just a potato out of the bag, like out of the grocery store. I got organic potatoes. I didn't wait for it to chit or do anything like that. I just literally dropped a whole potato, and then one of them I cut in half and dropped that in there. Now, this potato is still really, really hard, and it has a lot of roots coming off of it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and plant this whole thing back into one of the pots, because I think that this will produce a lot more potatoes. I'm gonna do it in a pot by itself, so then we can test this theory. And I'm also gonna do it in a shallow pot because digging these potatoes this deep is a pain in the butt. Now, I wanna show you what happened to the potato that I cut in half, because I did the same thing. I just took one of these potatoes straight out of the bag. I cut it, I think, in 4s, and I buried that too. So part of the plants that were in here were those, and then the other one was this big massive one that is still really, really hard. Like, this feels like a potato coming out of the grocery store. It just has a bunch of roots on it. Now, this is super gross, but the one that I cut up, as you can see, it's breaking down, and there's all types of like bugs and grossness in it, but it's like mush now. But it did produce a plant and potatoes. Okay guys, so there was a lot of little potatoes in here too that were really, really deep, and I'm afraid that if I plant my raspberry in here, then it is going to also have potatoes competing with it. So I am just going to take this big mammoth thing, drop it back in there, and cover it up, and this will just be my dedicated potato pot until I take all the dirt out of it. But I won't be doing that this season. Now I'm not going to plant it as low as I did because that was a pain in the butt to dig them all up. It was way easier digging them out of the Vego garden bed because they were more towards the surface. But I did it about maybe about a couple inches left, so that then as it grows I can add at least a little bit more dirt to it, because having it grow along the stem did give me more potatoes. Hey guys, it's cold and we have an answer. The answer is yes, I did grow potatoes. There may not be a whole bowl full of potatoes, but next time there will be, because I've learned so much from growing just these. So every time I get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better, and I grow more and more potatoes. And now I'm growing potatoes throughout the year. This is I want to say it's my third or fourth round of potatoes for this year. So for 2024, now that we know what we're doing, we're gonna plant even more. So make sure you guys stick with me, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend that's also gardening in the desert or just wants to know what happens when you garden in the desert, and we're gonna grow a ton of food. But until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.